Have you ever seen a technology that was so ahead of its time that the entire world started to believe it was witchcraft and did everything to destroy it? Well, the same thing happened in the late 1700s when a man from a small town in Switzerland presented three mechanical marvels, where one was a musician, one was a draftsman, and the last one was a writer. When he presented this to the Spanish royal court, they clearly denied this and demanded proof these creations were not by the dark forces. So, how did the son of a farmer make this extraordinary item in ancient times with almost no resources? And why is it one of the most prestigious things even after 240 years? Our story begins on July 28, 1721, when in the small town of La Chaux-de-Fonds in Switzerland, a boy named Pierre Jaquet-Droz was born and grew up in a modest family, where his father was a farmer, but also interested in crafting basic mechanical devices that also inspired the young Pierre's fascination with the precision engineering at a very early age. And as he grew older, he also started to love mechanics and engineering more over time and pursued his studies in philosophy and science, which further enriched his understanding and clarity of the mechanical world. Now, some people do some extraordinary inventions that don't even seem real at first sight, and Pierre Jaquet-Droz also did the same and built something that no one had ever seen anything like before. A few years later, between the years 1768 and 1774, he took the help of his son, Henri Louis, and his assistant, Jean-Frédéric Lachaud, to build the three characters based on real-life actions, where every character has their own different roles. For example, one was the writer who could craft the sentence, the other was the draftsman who could sketch the intricate drawings, and the final one was the musician who played the melodies on a real organ. The musician among them was designed as a female organist, and indeed the most expressive of the three, because her fingers were pressed into the keys of the custom-built organ, while her chest moved as if she were actually breathing. And the draftsman was another modeled young boy who could draw different images, including a portrait of King Louis V and a playful scene of Cupid driving a chariot. Each character has their own great personality, like the movement of the head, the movement of the hand, and as per the character, that makes it unbelievable. Now, it was so realistic and precise that it didn't seem like just any other piece of machinery. However, he was also unaware that after preparing a masterpiece, a big problem was also waiting for him. And things took a big dark turn when Pierre Jaquet-Droz presented these marvels at the Spanish royal court. Now, at first, nobody believed that even it could be possible to prepare something that can write, sing, or do other activities with the help of machines. But as he showcased his automata in the Spanish royal court, all of the people and everyone around the court were shocked. Even after, the whispers and fear started to spread, not just inside the court, but in the whole country. And things became dark when the people started to connect this extraordinary engineered masterpiece with the dark rituals and with the witchcraft. As we're talking about ancient times, when people desperately believed in black magic and cult practices, they started to link these purely technological automata with their own superstitious beliefs. It also soon reached the ears of the Spanish Inquisition, which was a powerful institution that was always ready to investigate anything that challenged a religious belief. Meanwhile, at the same time, some of the monks of the country also believed this was not any kind of machine or something technical, but was a pure super miracle, and they also fell to their knees in prayer. With the growing popularity of the automata, things also get hard for Jaquet-Droz, because as the Inquisition started investigating these automata, they believed it was not possible to do this without the help of any witchcraft or any other kind of dark magic. To prove this, the authority demanded Jaquet-Droz to showcase and reveal the secrets of his creation, and Jaquet had to dismantle this automata to prove that they were purely mechanical and not the result of witchcraft. However, this was not an easy task for him because it was prepared very concisely and with attention to detail, but he didn't have any other option. So, in front of everyone, Jaquet dismantles all of his characters, including the writer, the artist, and the singer. And after that, they believe it was just made up of technology. However, a big question sparked in the minds of the people: how is it possible? So, the inner workings of this automaton were incredibly complex, because it combined thousands of tiny components to create movements that felt almost alive. For example, the writer's character, considered the most advanced one, was built with over literally 6,000 parts. And the most special thing about it was its programmability. Now, inside the mechanism, there are special discs called cams, which are shaped to guide the machine's movements, like a stencil showing where to go, and basically work like a set of instructions that guide the machine's hand to write letters. It could be programmed to write a custom sentence up to 40 characters long, which was also similar to an early computer where each letter was guided by cams. Now these cams are controlled by the hand's vertical and horizontal motions that ensure every stroke is precise to make it more attention to detail, like even the small act of dipping the quill into an ink pot and shaking off the excess ink. Everything is carefully engineered that makes this automata look like something truly extraordinary. Meanwhile, the Draughtsman was like a robotic artist that contained around 2,000 parts and was designed to draw intricate images. Now, just like the writer, it also has similar cams. However, this was a bit different from the writer's because here, the cams worked in 2 dimensions, where the first one guided the hand to create a smooth line. Meanwhile, the other one helped to create a detailed picture. It was so good that it could even lift the pencil off the page when necessary, and these tiny touches give the soul and the life to the character. Now, the draftsman would lean forward a little while drawing and even blow on the paper as if to clear off dust. And last, there was a self-playing musician with approximately 2,500 parts. And just like the above two, it was also equally impressive. It has small air pumps called bellows that create airflow to play her organ, and was just like someone blowing air into a flute, where her fingers pressed the keys that were guided by the same kind of cams used in the other automata. However, her expressions and her looks make this part the most unique among them. So, overall, each character of the automata used simple tools like cams, gears, and levers to create movements that felt real and natural, and even also inspired the creation in the late 1700s, and also became the symbols of human ingenuity, where they traveled across Europe and showcased the heights of 18th century engineering and artistry. However, many people of our generation underestimate the potential of the Jaquet-Droz automata, as we have some of the most advanced technology that ever existed. But again, it still holds a very special place in how we understand today's modern technology, because these ancient time machines showed us how to create lifelike movements and programmable actions long before computers or robots were invented. That also plays a really big role for some of the legends to take inspiration and do something great for society. For example, the writer shows us that back in the time when we didn't have access to computer chips but still special disks, cams, were used that acted as a set of instructions and told the machine how to move its hand to write letters. Similar to today's how modern programming works, and gives a set of instructions for the machines to follow. Meanwhile, the draftsman and the musician also showed how the machines could imitate human behaviors. For example, the draftsman could draw detailed pictures like the early version of robotic arms that we see today in factories or even in art installations, where these modern robots might paint cars or draw pictures. But the idea of guiding a machine's hand to create something started with inventions like the draftsman. Similarly, the musician, with her realistic motions and ability to play music, reminds us of how far we've come with machines that simulate creativity, like AI-generated music or robot performers, and showcases how a man came up with his own limitless idea and broke the term impossible from the dictionary that could inspire the future generation and other passionate people to work in the same field and take small execution to the sky. And by connecting the story of Pierre Jaquet-Droz's creations to today's world, it shows us a glimpse into the future of human innovation. Even today, luxury watch brands often include automata as a nod to this rich history and blend the tradition with cutting-edge technology. Meanwhile, the original automata that includes all 3 characters are preserved in the Musée d'Art et d'Histoire in Neuchâtel, Switzerland, and visitors from every corner of the world come over to see it even after over 240 years. If you've enjoyed this look into history's most fascinating machines, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more incredible stories to life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.